Let's see. I just want to see if it's.
Should I? How much
No,
time?
it's cool. You see it in
I think
it?
I have enough time to go to that.
Yeah, go for it. If I need to start it. What's it
I'll
say?
be back.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, yes. Oh my God, oh my God. I know that was fun. I saw this one this side by side.
Well, they stop us.
You know, I know. But I thought it was a lot closer, so I just decided to let it ride.
Thanks so much. I gotta run. Okay. You know what? I'll tell them to shut the
So they're on the other side.
So you're in charge of it here? I'll take it all. The question is it possible? Well, I know the girls team will all step back. Okay. But the state of the Friday, I think yours will be
How many state championships are state championships he has?
Definitely a couple. Yeah.
These two.
Because he was a.
Yeah, I won't touch the buttons. I'll just
Hey, where do you think we should be so that we're not too loud and not too right about there?
We like green and yellow is good.
Okay.
Red is bad.
Okay.
Okay.
From the Kozlowski Gymnasium here on the campus of Arlington High School, ACMi Sports presents Arlington High School Boys Varsity Basketball. Tonight, the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School host the Raiders of Watertown High School. Hello everyone, I'm Don Phelan. My partner is Tim Hoffman. Tom Clarity and Meredith Lamont are our camera people. Thank you, Tom and Meredith. And Tim, should be a good matchup here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. Watertown always plays a tough, hard-nosed, physical game. They come into tonight's game with a record of 6-3. The Spy Ponders come into tonight's game with a record of 8-2. They play in different divisions of the Middlesex League. The Spy Ponders are in first place in their division. I'm not sure Watertown middle of the pack on their side, but looks to be a great game.
Yeah, it should be a great game tonight. I'm really looking forward to this, Don. Watertown's always tough. They come out with that 1-3-1 quarter court, half court trap. They're not gonna push the ball. They're gonna take their time, but they're big, they're strong. They have a really big guy, 6'7", 6'8" kid, and they're going to be tough. They don't sub a lot, but they control pace, and they definitely like to trap in the corners. But Arlington has been playing really well, as you said. Only 2 losses for the year, so this should be a great high school basketball game.
Arlington was supposed to play 2 games on the road last week since our last home telecast, but the game on Tuesday at Melrose was canceled due to weather, so Arlington only played 1 game last week. On Friday night, they beat Woburn by a score of 69-51. Lincoln Fudge led the way in that game with 26 points, but now, Tim, the Spy Ponders on a 4-game homestand. They'll have 2 home games this week, tonight and Friday, and then 2 home games next week, so the schedule, which was difficult to the Spy Ponders early in the season, now catching up, and Arlington will be able to have a nice run here at home.
Yeah, they're going to make hay at home. They play really well at home. And it's good to see Lincoln Fudge get off. Yeah, I mean, earlier in the season, he had that spectacular 36-point game. And it's good to see him because, you know, that when they have the balanced scoring, they're really, really tough to beat.
Now you get the starting lineup for the Raiders of Watertown High School. Captain number 1, Jeffrey Herbin. Number 2 is Olivier Labossiere. Number 3 is Aiden Didovich. Number 10 is Serge Gabayan, and number 30 is William Carty. And you can't miss William Carty, Hoff, a sophomore, 6'8", and as you see him right there, he is a big 16-year-old young man.
Yes, he is, and he's really physical too inside. And I saw him in warm-ups too. He's very athletic for his size, and you know, he's going to be a handful. Arlington is more. There's up and have a really good time down low if he stays there.
Now the starting lineup for your Spy Ponders. Number 23, quad captain, senior Caden Mills.
He'll probably cover the big kid.
I hope so. Number 22 is quad captain Nico Trapotsis. Number 21, the only non-captain in the Spy Ponders starting lineup is Lincoln Fudge, the junior. Now you have Peter Clarity, also a junior and a quad captain, and rounding out the starting 5 for the Spy Ponders is quad captain number 33, James Digman. Coach of the Spy Ponders in his 6th season is Jack Woods. He's assisted by Mike Palladino and Matt Woods. And now we'll have the playing of our national anthem.
not a big student section tonight, Don. They're in the middle of midterms.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, you might have a chemistry test at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and so I don't blame them to stay home and study.
Yeah, I know you'd be no help to the students in the chemistry test. I can tell you that much right now.
When in doubt, shoot. Does that help?
Not in chemistry class.
Oh, darn it. Hey, you know what? I think Digham's going to have a field day today because he's such a slasher, and sometimes in that 1-3-1 zone, you put pressure on out front, but once you get down and beat the zone a little bit, you can get to the hoop, and there's not a lot of protection inside, except for the big guy. So I like Dingham to. He's going to jump center too. I like Dingham to get to the hoop early and often today.
Yeah, I am a little disappointed with tonight's crowd. Usually Watertown travels well, but a sparsely attended game. Maybe all the folks are watching the live telecast at home, so hope those of you at home watching enjoy tonight's game, and we're underway here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. First possession for Watertown results in a block shot by James Dingman. And
excellent defense.
Here come the Ponders the other way.
How are they going to start with the man? Oh, no, they're going to play James in some... Yeah, they're going to play a man. The big guy sort of just sags. He's not really covering anyone.
No, he's just standing there in the middle of the paint. That's William Carty. We talked about him in the pregame, number 30. Here's Mills going to take a high arching shot. That might have been altered by Carty a little bit, and the shot is no good.
Yeah, if you can figure out the matchup with Carty and put someone that can hit an elbow jumper there and put him there, he's going to have a field day because he's not going to come out on him.
Ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Arlington. It'll be Raiders basketball just underway here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. No score early on. Of course, the head coach of Watertown in his 30th season, the legendary Steve Harrington, up to about 450 wins in his career at Watertown High School.
Yeah, they've had some darn good teams, some big wins, a couple state championships, right, Tom?
At least 2 that I know of. That shot's no good. Rebound fought for. Carty came up with it, but stripped away by the Ponders. Here comes Peter Clark the other way to Caden Mills. Mills with a nice little pass to Dingman, and Dingman lays it up and in.
That's one of the underrated parts of his game. He sees the floor well and passes like Mills does.
Yeah, he got up in the air, and he had to make a decision fast. He made the right decision. He got it to Dingman, and Dingman laid it up and in for the first points of the ball game. 2-0 Spy Ponders, 6:24 to go, first quarter.
Yeah, if you give it to Fudge or Dingman taking it to the hoop, you can't really make a wrong decision there.
Long three-point shot there is no good by Didovich. Herbin with the rebound, puts it up with the left hand, no. Rebound fought for, and Mills comes away with it for the Ponders. Peter Clardy, coast to coast, there's Clardy. Lost control of the basketball, Watertown ball.
That was a good take, though. They weren't set up, and he really had a clear lane to the hoop.
No doubt.
Arlington picking up full. Light little run and jump here.
Looks like Tropotsas has the honor of guarding the 6'8" William Carty.
You know, I don't think that they wanted to get Mills in foul trouble early. I wouldn't be surprised later in the game if you get Mills on him a little bit, rough him up a little bit.
Well, we've also seen Caden guard the other team's best player, which I would assume is Herbin, the captain, number 1, and that's who he's been on so far. Now Carty saves the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Arlington. Watertown ball. I think they're going to inbound that on the sideline.
Yeah, it's Caden Mills will cover your point guard or your center. Just
ball on the inbounds pass. It's stolen by Dingman. Now Dingman's going to pull it back out, and Arlington will set up their offense. 5:29 to go, first quarter. Arlington leads it 2-0.
So they're trying to pull the big guy out, but he's not going to bite. He's not pulling out.
Mills with the floater, no. Carty keeps it in bounds. Here comes Didovich for the Raiders. Didovich to the basket, puts it up, no, blocked. I don't know if it was Fudge or Clardy that blocked it, but somebody did. Peter Clardy with the dump pass, lays it to Mills. Mills puts it up, the shot was blocked by Watertown. Watertown has a player ahead of the package, Didovich. He's going to take it up and under and misses it. Arlington with numbers the other way.
Looks like Arlington's really trying to push the pace today. Maybe get back before they set up.
Fudge went for the jump shot, lost control of it. Dingman picks up the loose change and hits the 18-footer, maybe a 15-footer.
That's a tough shot, though, that in-between shot. That was really nice. He elevated and got over the big guy.
James has all 4 of the Ponder points. 4:29 to go. First quarter, Watertown yet to score.
James going off tonight. I'm telling you right now.
Inside, Fudge may got away with a foul there. Didovich for 3. No. Dingman with the rebound.
Yeah, I've seen Arlington really push the pace a little bit more than they have in the past. I think they want to get back before.
Trapotsis for 3. Nails it. And an early timeout called by the Raiders.
Yeah, they're getting back before Watertown sets up, and they're really pushing the pace, and you can see Coach Woods telling them, move it up the floor, and that's a great strategy here.
Good start for the Spy Ponders halfway through the first quarter. They have 7. Watertown has 0, and forcing Watertown into the first time out of the game.
It's becoming a trend. The Reading game, what was that, 17-1 in the first quarter? Now
That's right.
They come out and they're ready to play. I like the way Coach gets these guys ready. They're not coming out and like feeling them out like a boxer, just taking a time in a round or two. They come out and they are ready to play.
Got to look at the Arlington High School cheerleading squad during this timeout. The captains are senior Michaela Edwards and Keely Smith. The other captain is a junior, Mia Tess. Seniors on the squad are Meg Consolo, Amelia Lipman, juniors Lauren Henneberry, Haley Dow, Lizzie Hink, Gracia Valdez, Rianne Lyons, Ryan Lawless, Angelina Cristobal. There are 4 sophomores on the squad, Lily Rashankish, Jill Cole, Ina Bared, Haley Lucente, and there are 6 freshmen on the squad, Bhavna Kumari, Brooke Mayer, Abby Whiting, Lydia Scher, Catherine McDonald, and Mia Cochran. And the coaches of the Arlington High School cheerleading squad are Sarah List and Emily Duke. Back to live action we go. Here's a strong move to the basket, putting up no, but Trapotsis will be called for the foul.
It's a good challenge by Trapotsis. You come over there, you're going to give up the foul, but still, that's the right play.
Serge Gabayan will go to the line for 2 shots. And talking to Coach Harrington of Watertown before the game, and Watertown High School is a big hole in the ground right now, so they're playing their home games at the middle school, which is inconvenient. I think they said they'll have at least 2 seasons where they will not be playing at Watertown High, since there is no Watertown High currently. And so that's always an adjustment for a team to have to play and practice on the road like that. I know that's what I had to deal with back in the day here at Arlington High School when they renovated this part of the school back in the day.
And now where are the kids going to school, Don? They going in the middle school as well?
No, they're going in some kind of pods that they have set up in the middle of a field as Lincoln Fudge hits the 3.
Yeah, you get him going, you get Dingman going, they're going to be tough.
Arlington has hit consecutive 3-point shots, and both free throws were missed by Watertown, so Arlington with a 10-0 lead. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go first quarter. Great stop for the Ponders, and another turnover by the Raiders. Labossiere on the pass, couldn't connect, and Arlington will get the ball at midcourt.
I like how Nico Trapotsis is playing tough D. He's probably a solid 5'11", maybe pushing 6 feet, covering the 6'8" kid, pushing him around a little bit.
Yep.
Using his linebacker skills.
Watertown almost had a steal there. Fudge, baseline drive, puts it up against the big fella. Cardi blocked the shot. Watertown leaks a player ahead of the pack, and they're going to get their first points of the ball game. Serge Gabayan lays it up and in. 10-2 Ponders, 2:51 to go, first quarter.
Good break by Watertown there. They really got the ball up the floor quick. See, on Fudge on that one, he's better off taking that baseline jumper instead of bringing it inside to the big guy.
Nice Arlington offense
Nice
there. They
pass.
work it around. Fudge for 3. I don't know if that was partially blocked by Gabayan. And now Trapotsis picks up that backcourt cheesy foul. That'll be his second.
Yeah, that's a tough one because they need him. They bring in his brother, who's just as tough.
That's Alexi Trapotsis, number 12.
And he's going to cover the big guy. Only a freshman, right, Doug?
Correct.
Yeah, I wonder if they have any more brothers.
Good question.
Just keep bringing them. Football coach would love that.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark remaining in the first quarter, Spy Ponders by 8. Little pullback, step back shot there is no good. And a great box out there by Dingman, preventing Cardi from an offensive rebound. Here's Fudge, pulls up in the lane. No. Rebound fought for in. Cardi comes away with it for the Raiders.
He gets good position in there. He's good defensive rebounder.
Deep three for Herbin is good.
Yeah, he didn't hesitate on that. You know, he can let that thing fly. Got to get out on him.
So Watertown has responded with the last 5 points of the quarter. Arlington with a 10-5 lead. Dingman from deep in the corner, no. I don't know if that ball might have been partially blocked by a Watertown player. And now Watertown can further cut into the Arlington lead with this possession. Minute 18 to go, first quarter. Now they switch off. Mills ends up on Card. They go inside of Card. He puts it up, no. He is fouled on the play. They're going to get Mills on that one? Let's see.
It seems like if they get the big guy the ball inside, especially if they get entry passes high, he's gonna be able to just turn around and score or get fouled. Let's see how his foul shooting is.
I think they ended up calling that on Lincoln Fudge. For Lincoln, that's his first, third on the team. Hard to believe Watertown has yet to commit a first quarter foul, and the first free throw by William Cardi is no good.
But you don't want Fudge, Mills, Dingham, or any of the Treposas getting into foul trouble because they're going to all need to cover this guy today. He has got a nice stroke from the foul line, too.
Cardi's first point of the game. Arlington leads at 10-6, coming up on the final minute remaining in the first quarter. Arlington with a little Mills playing the high post in the foul line.
I almost like putting Fudge at the foul line there. You know, you have an offensive player there because he's going to be wide open.
Tough pass there from James trying to get Lincoln on the other side. That cross-court pass against the Watertown defense might be a tough task tonight.
Yeah, they're basically giving up any defense on the foul line. If you put someone there that can score, they might get off.
13 on the shot clock. Herbin's got to take one from almost out of bounds. No good. Coach Woods wanted to travel on that jump shot, didn't get it. Shot clock is reset. Watertown can hold for a final shot with 19 seconds to go. Little drive and dish play by the Raiders. Three-point shot in the corner is no good, but Herbin with the putback, no. Rebound fought for. Herbin off him last, Arlington ball.
I like Herbin. He's got a lot of energy. He likes to shoot. He's got nice form. He's a good player.
6.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. I'll see if the Spy Ponders can get off a decent final shot here. Clardy's going to let it roll up the court. Now he picks it up to go. Here comes Peter Clardy. Does it to Dingman. I tried to get it to Dingman. Great hustle there by Herbin, knocking the ball out of bounds. What is that, 0.5? So 0.5, half of a second remaining. Arlington can catch and shoot by rule. Watertown with fouls to give. Let's see how Watertown plays this. I don't know. I don't think I would let Arlington get off this final shot. Mills can take it. He will. Comes up short, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. So an excellent start by the Spy Ponders. They had the first 10 of the first quarter, but Watertown responds in kind with the last 6. And we'll go to the first quarter break with the score, Arlington 10, Watertown 6. Getting ready for second quarter action. Spy Ponders with a 10-6 lead at the end of one. And Tim, it was a good start for Arlington, but their offense kind of sputtered there the last half of the first quarter.
Yeah, they stopped doing what they were successful with, which was really pushing the pace and getting to the hoop before Watertown set up. Watertown switched to a little bit of a zone here.
Lincoln Fudge for 3 from the corner is no good. Dingman high for the offensive rebound. Comes away with it. Mills on the foul line, gets it back up top. Arlington will reset the offense.
So they're trapping the 1-3-1 signature trap.
Here's Fudge into the lane, puts it up, around the rim and out. Fudge fought for the rebound. Maybe fortunate he didn't get a rebounding foul there, but he did knock the ball out of bounds, and Watertown will have the next possession.
And that's where the weak spot is on the 1-3-1, is if you reverse the ball like that. Fudge had a nice shot there. Those are gonna fall for him. But if you're patient, you reverse the ball, you just can't cover everyone in a 1-3-1. It's the front side of the 1-3-1 or the top side of the 1-3-1, but not the back side of the 1-3-1. That's why you don't see it much.
Inbound it to Cardi. Strong to the basket goes Watertown. Shot is no good by Didovich. Here comes Cardi to the hole, puts it up, can't get the roll. Cardi comes with the loose ball rebound, puts it up, no. Rebound fought for, Didovich comes away with it for the Raiders, and the Raiders can reset their lineup. One thing about Coach Harrington's teams in years past, Tim, is they don't substitute a lot.
No, you're gonna see 5, maybe 6 kids in there unless someone sprains his ankle or falls out.
Yeah, they have their starting 5 in there now, and I don't remember first quarter substitute.
They did not.
So the same 5 will go. Three-point shot there, no good by Herb, and Arlington with the defensive rebound. Dingman on the baseline drive, takes the pull-up jump shot and hits.
That's going to be there all night long.
Half dozen for James. He has half of Arlington's points. And a nice little lay-in there by Serge Gabayan. Kind of let the defender flow by him, and then he put it up and in.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times where Arlington is willing to give up the back end of their press. And they have two guys. They had 2 Watertown guys behind their last defender. I don't understand that.
Dingman, baseline J, around the rim and out.
That's a tough shot too. He would have made that. That would have been beautiful.
6:10 remaining, second quarter. Ponders by 4.
I think Arlington thinks that they don't see the kids down there, but there's 2 kids behind your defense.
Now strong to the basket goes Labossiere. Can't connect.
Nice.
Dingman to the basket, lays it up, no. Rebound fought for, let's see. And I thought maybe Caden Mills knocked it out of bounds, but they're going to say it's Arlington ball.
I like how James attacked the hoop there and even went after the big guy.
Fudge. Yeah. Ball knocked loose for a moment there, but Peter Clarity has it for the Ponders. High post to Mills. Arlington swings around very nicely. They go for Clarity, and Herbin with the steal. Herbin's going to go all the way to the basket. Herbin's going to lay it up and in.
Super aggressive defensive play there.
And now timeout call by Arlington. Arlington once led this game 10-0. They now lead at 12-10. 5:31 remaining, second quarter.
Yeah, Watertown's too good of a team and too well coached of a team not to make a run when they get down like that. They started slow, but you know they're going to come back.
But you know, it must be an interesting conversation that Coach Harrington has with the players 6 through 14 on his team and their parents. Like, hey, you're going to be on the varsity basketball team. Hey, you're never going to play. And you know what? Enjoy it. You're on a varsity team. You're going to practice with the guys. You're going to make lifelong friends, but you're not going to get a lot of run. That must be a difficult conversation.
I'm completely against it. I know he's had tons of success, but
Sure.
I just think it's bad for the room. You need kids that are coming to work, to practice, to play. Remember back in the day, Dean Smith used to have the blue team. He'd throw 5 guys in, maybe a walk-on or something, and they'd come in. They'd substitute all 5 of them. They'd come in, they'd press, they'd run through the offense. They didn't play a lot, you know, a minute or 2 here, a minute or 2 there, but they knew that they were going to be part of the game, and they rewarded them for their practice effort and whatnot. And especially in high school, public school, high school basketball, it's just like these other kids that are on the bench are working hard, playing on the scout team. They deserve some playing time.
And their parents are paying this day and age of the almighty dollar as a factor. But like you said, the beginning of what you said, all of that prefaced by the fact that he's had a ton of success. He's won almost 450 games in his 30-year career, so it works for him.
It works. It doesn't work for the kids all the time, though, and that's what it should be about.
Fudge for 3, no. And Arlington has cooled off here. They've really only scored 2 points in almost the equivalent of a quarter. I think Watertown called timeout at about the 4-minute mark in the first quarter. Now at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter, Arlington's only scored 2 points in that time. 3-point shot there by Herbin is no good. Well, one good thing for us, though, Tim, we only have to learn 5 names.
You know, Arlington's got to box out. Not the big guy, they're doing a good job of boxing out, but they're letting some of their wing players get some easy rebounds because they're so concentrated on boxing out the big guy.
Herbin faked the 3, and then he took a little pull-up jump shot and hits it.
I like Herbin. He looks for his shot. He plays tough defense. He's an aggressive kid. And they're going back to the 1-3-1. Yeah, they're going to trap a little bit here.
We're tied at 12.
Just got to be patient, reverse the basketball.
4.5 minutes to go, first half.
Oh, jeepers.
Arlington turns it over. Here comes Herbin. He kind of pushes off with a free hand. Good challenge there by Dingman. No call. Rebound fought for. Putting it up, no. And Gabayan will go to the line for 2. And I think that's going to be called on Lincoln Fudge, and if so, that will be his second. And he might be joining Nico Trapotsis on the Arlington bench for the remainder of the half. Coach Woods figuring out who that foul is on, and they do confirm that it is on Lincoln.
And getting a little bit of foul trouble in the Reading game, too.
And Gabayan hits the first free throw.
Usually Coach Woods doesn't want you to get your third in the first half. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Lincoln move to assisting coaching.
Gabayan hits both free throws. He has 6. Herbin has 7, accounting for 13 of Watertown's 14 points. And Watertown with their first lead of the game, 14-12. His Dingman on the baseline puts it up, challenged by Cardi. Made it a difficult shot. James unable to convert. And Watertown halfway through this second quarter with a chance to extend their lead.
And he goes straight up. He doesn't overextend. He plays very good defense.
Yeah, well, there's no need for him to. He's so big.
Exactly.
3-point shot there, missed by Didovich. Arlington with the rebound. Inside to Mills. Kicks it back out to Clardy. Clardy faked. Back inside to Mills. Here comes Clardy on the cut. Beautiful cut. And on the pass-off, he is fouled on the play. Too bad Peter didn't throw that up with the left hand. He'd be rewarded with 2 free throws, but he made the pass-off instead.
Yeah, I think he was looking for Lincoln to jack a 3 in the corner.
Here comes Jonas Burrell, number 4 for Arlington.
He's given us some good minutes the last
Sure
few
has.
games, yep.
The junior, he's wearing number 4, and he replaces Lincoln Fudge. As we mentioned, Coach Woods doesn't want to take the chance of Lincoln picking up foul number 3 in the first half. Dingman's 3-point shot is no good. Herbin with the rebound.
See, on that wide open shot for James, I think he just has to take another second, maybe a half a second, get his feet set, and because he's got a really nice stroke, but there was no need to take such a quick release shot on that, and he's so much better when he just takes a little bit. Same with Fudge, takes a little bit of time to get their feet set on that shot.
Labossiere took it inside. No, Cardi's getting hammered in there.
He got hit a couple of times.
Labossiere for 3. No, but he's fouled on the play. Dingman on the closeout commits the foul. For James, that will be his first and the second on the team here in the second quarter.
The guys that do play for Watertown, they have the green light. I mean, we've seen everyone except for the big guy take some threes. These guys jack it. They let it fly. It's part of their philosophy, which I like.
Olivier Labossiere hits the first free throw.
Yeah, they all have nice form. They shoot the ball well, and they've all taken a couple of them.
Labossiere misses the second. Of course, that was a 3-point attempt, so that's why he gets 3. He's made 1 of 2 so far. Watertown extending what is now their largest lead of the game. And, I mean, I don't have the exact number, but I think that Arlington had 10 points as Labossiere hits 2 or 3. I think Arlington had 10 points at the halfway point of the first quarter, and they have 12 now, and we're more than halfway through the second quarter, under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
One of the keys was Arlington stopped moving the ball up the floor, or was really, really trying to dictate tempo, and the 1-3-1 has stymied Arlington's offense a little bit.
Of course, Arlington not being helped by the fact that 2 of their starters are in foul trouble and riding out the rest of the first half on the bench. Here's Caden Mills inside of Clardy. Clardy, and that's going to be goaltending.
So I think you've got to have to attack the hoop and see if you get the big guy in foul trouble or something like that.
Peter Clardy with his first basket of the game, and he cuts the Watertown lead down to 2. Again, Watertown has a player ahead of the pack, and Dingman was maybe lucky not to get another foul there as Gabayan lays it in.
That's good refereeing there, because someone that was quick with the whistle would have anticipated that and made a call. That's very good refereeing.
Watertown 18, Arlington 14, 2:12 remaining first half.
Jeepers.
And they could not connect on that pass. Here comes Herbin back the other way. Here's Cardi. Is he going to launch it? He is going to launch it. Around the rim and out for the big fella.
God bless him.
Oh, thank goodness that one didn't go. Here comes Peter Clarity back for the Ponders.
It seems like the 5 that are in there can sort of do what they want.
That's why they're in there. Mills double teamed on the baseline. Got his arm looked like it maybe got hit as he tried to get out of that traffic. He goes back on defense looking at his arm. But the play, the refs have let him play a little bit tonight, which I think I like. Minute 34 to go, second quarter. Arlington down by 4. Three-point shot is no good. Again, the Watertown player falling on the three-point attempt. That
This
was
is what they need right there.
Dingman all the way
Yep.
to the 10.
Attack the hoop,
Lays
James.
it in.
He's going to get there, especially in transition. He's going to get there all the time. The big guy's not going to get back quick enough.
8 for James Dingman. Watertown does a nice job breaking the Arlington press, but they're unable to capitalize with a basket yet. Now they try to get inside to Cardi, and Clarity takes it away. James Dingman, bounce
Nice
pass
pass.
to Trapotis. Trapotis lays it in. Count the basket for Alexei Trapotis, and he will go to the line with a chance for a three-point play.
I'm not going to say great pass. I'm going to say great bounce pass.
You love the bounce pass.
I love it. It's just such an effective weapon. But James drew the defense to him, dropped the ball down. Traposis, who's had success on the foul line this year, that was a great play by James. And once again, they're creating offense by dictating tempo. Once they're up tempo, the Watertown's not getting back.
Alexei tied the game, unable to give Arlington the lead, but he comes up with the offensive rebound on the missed free throw. Dingman for 3.
Like
Yes!
Get your feet set and let it fly, James.
Big basket for James Dingman. Spy Ponders lead it by 3. For Arlington, number 5, Jack Zambardino checked into the lineup. That's him at the top of the key, playing defense on Herbin. Herbin puts it up, no. And let's see what they have. Looks like they're going to get Caden Mills on the foul.
Yeah, underneath. Dingman was clean up top, but I think Mills might have given him a little bit of a hip check on the way to the hoop.
For Caden, that's his first, third on the team. And Jeffrey Herbin will go to the line for 2 shots. So a nice little answer here by the Spy Ponders. They were down by as many as 4. They've rattled off the last 7 points to take a 3-point lead. And let's see if Herbin can cut into that lead with these 2 free throws.
And I think they figured out the key is get your offense up the floor, get to the basket before Watertown sets up, and that's going to pay dividends.
Herbin missed the first free throw. What's that, 35.6? I can't see it. Can you? Is that 35.6?
Yes, it is.
So in effect, Arlington can hold for a final shot. Herbin hits 1 of 2. He now has 8 points. And Arlington leads it 21-19. 30 seconds remaining first half.
Here comes the 1-3-1. Good passing.
Zambardino on the baseline drive, kicks it to James Dingman, corner 3. It's going to be short. Arlington does a nice job. Alexei with the rebound. Plenty of time, 15 seconds to go. Arlington really should pull it back out and hold for a final shot, and that's what Coach Woods wants.
Get it to Dingham.
Dingman for 3, not exactly the final shot, but let's see what happens now. Arlington has a foul to give. They turn it over. Does Watertown? Dingman for 3 at the buzzer.
Yes!
Yes! James Dingman with a half-court 3-point shot. And the Spy Ponders will go into the locker room with a 5-point lead.
What a shot. And he had the wherewithal to know that he only had less than a second and just let it fly. Perfect shot.
Well, Tim, I thought he took the first shot a little bit early on the game clock as Arlington really wanted to hold for a final shot. But then Watertown was unable to capitalize in the ensuing action. They turned it over. Ball ended up in the hands of James Dingman. And I think we should call ESPN Sports Center because that should be a top 10 play.
We'll put it on there, at least top 5, right? Oh my goodness, what a great play. You know what we were mentioning earlier, Don, too, about the subs. Watertown hasn't subbed yet. What if someone twists their ankle or gets their 4th or 5th foul? Now you're bringing someone in that hasn't played the entire game.
Right.
It's bizarre. I don't get it.
So Arlington, with the slowest of slow starts to begin that second quarter, they end up actually scoring 14 second quarter points, more than the 10 they had in the first quarter, and they go to the locker room with a 5-point lead. The score at the end of the first half, Arlington 24, Watertown 19. Tim and I will be back with the second half action. And getting ready for second half action, Don Phelan along with Tim Hoffman. Meredith Lamont is our camera person. And Tim, wow. Just when I was starting to get down on the Arlington offense, as they were pretty much scoreless for most of the second quarter, they ended with a flurry, of course helped by the half-court buzzer beater by James Digman, but they ended up with a 5-point lead at the half. They were down 18-14 at one point, and to turn that around offensively and go into the break with a 5-point lead is very encouraging.
Yeah, I think this can be a game of spurts. Watertown came out slow, then went on a big run. Arlington came back on a big run towards the end, and both guys have to, as we said before, dance with who you brought. And Arlington has to get up the floor, attack the hoop before Watertown sets up the defense. And Watertown basically has to break the press and get someone behind the defense, and they get easy buckets that way.
On the alternating possession rule, it will be Watertown ball to begin the second half. Arlington with their starting five back in the game. Lincoln Fudge, number 21. Nico Trapotsis, number 22. James Digman, number 23. Peter Clarity, number 0. And Caden Mills, number 23. I would say that Watertown has the same five that began the game, but I don't really need to, as Olivier Labossiere banks one in to cut the Arlington lead down to 3. Watertown played the same five for the entire first half, and those are the five in there right now. Jeffrey Herbin, Olivier Labossiere, Aiden Didovich, Sergey Gabayan, and William Carty. And Tim, kind of disappointed with Carty a little bit. Beautiful move by Caden Mills. Count the basket, and Caden Mills will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, that's the way to attack Carty, especially when he's in the mid-post there. He doesn't move his feet too well yet. He's a young guy, and Caden Mills attacked the hoop, got by him, and that's going to be the way to attack him, especially where he's out. That's why they keep him packed in so close to the hoop.
So Labossiere picks up that foul. He's number 2, and that is his 3rd. So the first player for either team with 3 fouls is Labossiere for Watertown. Now on the missed free throw, Arlington tracks down the loose change.
If he fouls out, Watertown might play with 4.
They play with 4. They play with 4. Yeah, they bring in the trainer.
I don't think they would.
Looks like a 2-3 zone here for the Raiders. They swing the ball in the corner to Lincoln Fudge. Lincoln baseline drive, puts it up. No. Count the basket. And Lincoln Fudge will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Just keep attacking the hoop. Good things are going to happen, especially with Fudge and Dingman. They're so talented offensively. And that medium range jumper that they have, that 7-8 footer, that's a tough shot.
Herbin picks up the foul, his first 2 quick team fouls for Watertown here in the 3rd quarter as Lincoln Fudge completes the 3-point play. Arlington now with their largest lead of the game. Well, check that, they were up 10-0 early, but their lead is now 8. 29-21, 6:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Herbin into the traffic, has the ball taken away. Dingman's ahead of the pack. They get it to James. He's going to go all the way, and he's fouled on the play.
He's so good in transition.
And I think that's Labossiere. And if so, I'm pretty sure that's his 4th.
See if he goes to the bench.
Let's see that. And also, too, Watertown with 3 quick team fouls here in the 3rd quarter. And yes, indeed, Coach Harrington is going to have to go to the bench as Labossiere did, in fact, pick up foul number 4. James Digman to the line for 2 shots.
And it was one of the assistant coaches that grabbed him. It's like he doesn't know.
Dingman hits the first free throw. He's now up to 15 points. Gonna have to look at the roster and see who this is.
Yeah, who else plays 2 guard?
I think it looks from up here. It's hard to see the Watertown numbers. There it is. Good shot there by Meredith. It's number 15, Josh Moran. Moran, a junior, checks in a lineup. Dingman hits both free throws. 16 now for James. And the Spy Pounders now match their largest lead of the game. They lead it by 10, 31-21.
And Arlington looking to trap.
Dingman with the steal. Let's see if he can throw it down. No, he's just going to lay it up with the left hand and put it up and in.
That's great. They had a little run and jump there. They don't show that too often, but that was a great trap there by Lincoln Fudge created that.
I'm assuming that timeout was called by Watertown. Yes, it was. 18 now for James Dingman. Timeout Watertown there second. So, Tim, what I was getting at a little bit earlier, and then we had some good action to interrupt my thought, is that you would think that Watertown would be able to get something more out of William Carty. In the first half, all he had was the one free throw.
Yeah, just get him the ball inside. He can turn around, little bank shot from inside. They don't really feature him on offense. They rely on him for his defensive rebounding and his defense, but he's really not featured in the offense. It's more of a perimeter game where the kid's jacking some threes, and then the transition game, which his physical ability right now is not really conducive to the transition game. So they don't try to get him the ball inside at all. I mean, you got a 5'11" kid covering him.
Right.
And as I was talking to some of the Watertown folks at halftime, I was asking about him. He is 6'9".
6'9".
And long arms, really nice hands, too. I mean, he catches everything that they throw at him.
Three-point shot there by Didovich is no good. Arlington pushing the pace again.
Quick passing, that's great.
Dingman dumps it into Mills, and Mills tried to get it to Fudge. He did get it there. I thought Durbin was going to pick that one off. Herbin, excuse me, was going to pick that one off. He did not. Dingman, corner three.
Money.
Yes.
Money. If he starts hitting that thing consistently, ball game.
James Dingman with 21. Now into the paint goes, let's see who that was.
It was 15.
Oh, it was Moran went into the paint there, and he was fouled on the play. I think they're going to get James Dingman on that foul, I believe. And they do. For Dingman, it's his second.
Looked like he had nice position, too. He went straight up.
First on the team.
I like that as a no call. But on the 1-3-1, when you reverse the basketball like that, you're going to get some corner three-pointers. And if you get someone in the corner like James that can hit that, or Lincoln, who can obviously hit that as well, that's the weak link of the 1-3-1.
Moran for three, no. Arlington back the other way. Arlington now all of a sudden off with a 15-point lead. They've kind of started to run away with this one in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter.
Yeah, you think the pace is getting to Watertown a little bit.
Oh,
great rebound by Dingman. He just missed the bunny.
Spy Ponders have outscored the Raiders to the tune of 12-2 here, 3 minutes into this third quarter. 4:44 to go in the third quarter. It's 36-21 Arlington. Now they go inside to Carty. He's unable to handle that pass. Arlington converges on him nicely and knocks it out of bounds.
Great defense by Lincoln Fudge there. He wasn't fronting him, but he was able to, on the entry pass, to get around him.
Wow, another substitution for Watertown as number 4, Connor James, enters the lineup. Connor Jones, excuse me, for the first time.
Really good shooter. He's a spot-up three-point shooter. He can let it fly.
Alexei Trapotsis into the Arlington lineup, giving Caden Mills a little bit of a rest while knocked out of bounds by Arlington. 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Raiders. 4:21 to go third quarter. A little drive here, and Fudge was thinking about taking a charge, and he bailed.
In hockey, you get 2 minutes for embellishment on that one.
Gabayan with the layup for 2. Gabayan now in double figures for the Raiders with 10. Exactly halfway through the third quarter, Arlington's lead is 13.
And not a coincidence that they're making a little run with the fresh legs in there.
Dingman for a tough three. That was good closeout there by the Watertown player. I think it was Gabayan on the challenge. Made it a difficult shot for James, and he was unable to make it. That was going to be a quick blow. Oh, it looks like Caden Mills has got a Band-Aid on his face. Maybe that's why he came out of the lineup. He had to be bandaged up over there by trainer Sam Jones. Three-point shot, no. Dingman with the rebound.
That's his shot, though. Jones can hit that. So look at weak side here. Lincoln Fudge, weak side, wide open. He came up back to the defense.
Yeah, he rotated up a little bit, so Nico's going to take the three. Nico Trapotsis, no. Carty with the rebound. Coming up on the 3-minute mark remaining, third quarter. Ponders by 13.
You got to stay patient, stay in the corner, reverse the ball. and you're either going to get a wide open three or have the baseline.
They go inside to Cardi. Cardi with a little move to the basket. Tried to throw it down, missed it, comes back for his own rebound and puts it in off the window.
That's a really nice play. He has really good hands. He catches everything that they throw to him.
First basket of the game for the super sophomore. And Arlington's lead is now down to 11. 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Clarity into the lane, kicks it back out. They swing it around for an open three for James Digman. No. Fudge and Clarity fight for the rebound. Hope Peter didn't hit his head on that play. Seems to be okay. And now that's going to be a cheesy foul there on James, and I think that's going to be his third. That's a problem with 2:20 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, you might let him sit for a little bit. You don't want him to get his fourth before the fourth.
Mills back into the Arlington lineup, and he replaces Alexei Trapotsis. So now Arlington with their starting five in the game, and I think that's what's going to happen, Tim, is Jack Zambardino, number 5, is going to replace James Digman with those 3 fouls.
Yeah, you just want to hold it right now, just trade buckets, get Digman back in the fourth. Yeah, Caden got cut in the face. Sometimes it's tough to get that to stop bleeding when you're sweating like that, and you got to get a bandage on you. Good defense there.
Arlington's defense has been exceptional tonight, holding Watertown to 25 points with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Here's Cardi, dumped it back to Herbin. Herbin baseline drive, gonna get Cade Mills on the foul.
See, on a call like that, just give him the ball. You know, it's just the Watertown's ball. Dude, you don't need to call a foul on that.
I think for Caden, that will be foul number 2. It is third on the team, both teams with 3 team fouls in the third quarter. Now a really nice play by Watertown that freed up Herbin for maybe his easiest basket of the game. So Arlington's defense was a little lax on that inbounds play. And the Raiders have cut this lead to single digits.
Yeah, they had all their focus on the big guy.
On Cardi. Inside to Mills. Swing it back out, Lincoln Fudge for 3.
Need it.
Got it. Big, big basket by
Huge
Lincoln
basket.
Fudge. Ponders back up by 12.
Great pass by Mills. Got the ball in the low post.
Oh, Fudge was challenged that. They have a clean block on the play. Here comes Arlington 3-on-1. Clarity to the hole, and they're going to get him for an offensive foul.
Ooh. I think he could have dished that maybe to...
Well, that was a risky play by Labossiere with the 4 fouls, and he played it well, and he got the call. If he picks up the block there, he's out of the game. So we're coming up on the final minute of the third quarter. Arlington now leading by a dozen, 39-27, exactly 1 minute to play. Third quarter. Swinging around to the corner, open three-point shot there is missed by Jones. Zambardino ahead to Lincoln Fudge. That's going to be short.
A little too quick on that one.
Jones with the rebound for the Raiders. Here comes Herbin to the basket. Can't get the lay-in.
Push it.
Arlington can hold for a final shot, though. Nope, Fudge is going to take a 3 from the corner instead and make a 3 from the corner instead. And timeout called by Arlington.
Great ball movement by Arlington there. Great spacing as well. You see, no one was right on top of each other. Fudge is wide open in the corner, and he also was able to get himself set, get his feet set, and then shoot it. So much better when he's got that extra half second to second.
Interesting timeout here by Coach Woods with 22.7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Arlington has committed 4 third quarter team fouls, so maybe he just wants to tell his team, be aggressive, play good defense, but the last thing you want to do is commit that 5th team foul in the third quarter, which will put Watertown at the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, he definitely had a message to tell them to call a timeout with this amount of time left, and they're going to come out probably in a different defense than they have. He likes to sometimes switch it up, maybe something that we haven't seen yet today.
Thought maybe he might have made a couple of substitutions there too for these final 22, just in case someone does pick up another foul. But it's Fudge, Zambardino, Mills, Nico Trapotsis, and Clarity, the 5 for the Ponders. 20 seconds to go, third quarter, Arlington by 15. 10. Herbin, tricky dribbles. He's gonna have to take a tough shot. No shot at all. Carty's gonna have to take a tough shot.
Oh,
And a foul is called.
he didn't. That's what he. Oh, 0.1 second too. That's what he probably told them not to do.
Let's see who that's on. It's
I think on Mills.
It's on Caden Mills. And for Caden, I believe that will be foul number 3. Kind of the last thing you want is to foul Carty out there a little bit even beyond the free throw line. Not quite in three-point land, but foul is committed by Caden, his 3rd, 5th on the team. And William Carty at the line for 2 shots.
I'd give him that shot all day.
Yeah, he hasn't proven me that he can make it yet. He does knock down the first free throw. 4 points for the 6'9" sophomore. Second free throw is also good. And Arlington really can't do anything with a 1/10 of a second, and that will end the 3rd quarter.
Good quarter by Arlington, except for that little hiccup at the end. Carty hit both free throws, but Arlington really dictated tempo, pushed the pace, attacked the hoop, and now they have Dingman back with only 3 fouls for the 4th quarter. So look for Arlington to continue to push the pace.
Arlington outscores the Raiders to the tune of 18-10 in the 3rd quarter, and they take a 13-point lead into the 4th quarter. The score at the end of 3, Arlington 42, Watertown 29. Tim and I will be back for the final quarter. And we're back for 4th quarter action. Spy Ponders with a 13-point lead. They've increased their offensive output in every quarter. They scored 10 in the first, 14 in the second, 18 in the 3rd. Let's see if Arlington can just play one more solid quarter and come away with this home court victory. This is the first game of a 4-game homestand for the Spy Ponders, so really a game you want to take here tonight with upcoming games in the next week and a half. Lincoln Fudge, good way to start the 4th quarter for the Ponders.
Yeah, pump fake from 3, take a hard dribble, take a 15-footer. That's a tough shot. That's a really, really good shot. It's really tough to defend, especially when they're overplaying them on defense.
Arlington goes the first possession of the 4th quarter without James Dingman in the lineup, but he's getting ready to check back into the game. He's at the scorer's table ready for that. Now the shot is no good by Watertown. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Arlington. It'll be Watertown ball.
They probably just didn't want Dingman to get a foul right away on the first possession, but now they got him back in the game.
7:10 remaining in the ball game. Ponders by 15. Carty in the paint, puts it up, count it. William Carty will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
It's almost like if he doesn't get the ball every 3rd possession, I'd be like, get it inside, see what can happen. I mean, he seems like he's a really competent free throw shooter.
Yep.
And if he doesn't make the bucket, he's going to get fouled. He's got like 3 kids on him.
Well, the one thing that I haven't been impressed that Watertown usually has is they usually have a bunch of 3-point shooters, and they haven't shot the 3 really much, if at all, tonight. So that would be one advantage to having Carty as he completes the 3-point play and Watertown calls their 3rd timeout is, that old play where, you dump it into him, 3 people converge on him, and he kicks it out to somebody for a 3, but they don't really seem to have that person to hit the 3 in their offensive personnel.
Yeah, Herbin can hit the 3, and Carty's really good at reversing the ball. He catches it, he sees the floor well, and he is a good passer for such a big guy. If they had a couple of guys that could get their feet set and just knock it down, they'd be super tough.
Yeah, it seems like Herbin's strength is more as a slasher.
Yeah, transition too.
Yeah. He doesn't seem like a good spot-up 3-point shooter to me, but he could prove me wrong here in this 4th quarter and hit 4 in a row for all I know.
But he does all the dirty work. He's been tenacious on defense, and he's really good in transition.
Yep. 7:06 remaining in the 4th quarter. Arlington holding on to that 13-point lead, 12-point lead, 44-32.
That's the new math, right?
Malden Catholic math, right? I did that for you to see if you'd catch it. Surprised you did.
Well, I have my calculator out.
Yeah. Fingers and toes.
And the abacus.
Arlington with 4 of their 5 starters in there right now. Looks like Peter Clardy's getting a little bit of a break. It looks like Jack Zambardino is in there. For him, I'm sure he's just going to get a quick blow, and he'll be right back into the contest. 7 minutes to go, Ponders by 12.
Oh, nice pass.
And a nice cut by Dingman. It didn't really result in anything. I was kind of hoping that was going to lead to an easy basket for the Ponders, but did not.
It just looked really good.
He's swinging around Lincoln Fudge from
He's feeling it.
20-something, a couple feet beyond the three-point line. No good on that one.
Good shot, though.
6.5 minutes to go in the game. Clardy back to the scorer's table to check in at the next stoppage. But in the meantime, Zambardino playing awesome defense. He knows he's coming out of the game, so he's giving it everything he's got. There's the drive by Herbin. Couldn't get it to go. Dingman thought about a long three and said he's going to take a baseline pull-up jumper, and he makes it. Wow.
That mid-range jumper, both him and Fudge have, it's such a great weapon.
23 for the quad captain, leading the way for the Ponders. Half of Arlington's 46. Arlington by 14, under 6 minutes to go in the game.
It seems like you turn on the lights and James Dingham's got 25 points.
He just had a couple of those games when he was not feeling well that he didn't score offensively, but every other game, I would guess he's got 20 in every game.
Absolutely.
He had 27, I think, in the last game.
Yeah, in the Christmas,
No, actually, no, it was Lincoln Fudge that had 26 at Woburn. I take that back.
yeah, in the Christmas tournament, I know he went off. He had high 20s a couple of games in a row.
Foul on the play.
Good defense by Herbin, but just a little bit too aggressive. He was trying to deny James Dingman the ball. They got good minutes there.
Dingman pull-up jump shot, and he hits another one.
They might want to cover him there.
Yeah, that baseline jumper is not an easy shot, and he's connected on 3 or 4 of those tonight. 25 for James.
It's so smart. He's not taking the three, and he's not attacking the big guy, which they were not having too much success, so he's pulling up halfway there.
He dump it in a card. He's triple teamed. He got hit on that play. They allow play to continue.
He's got to get his feet set and sort of control himself and then go up. It's going to be too tough to cover.
Yeah, I think that was the big man non-call, unfortunately, for him on that one. It looked like he took a pretty good hit on the arm.
Yeah, maybe even the forehead, too.
Arlington with their largest lead of the game, coming up on the halfway point of the 4th quarter. It's 48-32 Arlington. 6 on the shot clock. They got it.
Lincoln will let it fly.
Oh, yeah. He'll say, yeah, I had to take that one, coach. But a great job there by Peter Clardy coming up with the offensive rebound, and Arlington will get a fresh shot clock. You know, unlike the college or pros in high school, when you get a new shot clock, you get the full 35. I think in college they go down to 20, and I think in the pros they go down to 14.
I used to always like getting the ball with a few seconds left on the shot clock because then he could just jack anything.
Clardy baseline drive. Arlington again winding the shot clock down all the way to the end.
Wow.
And Dingman hits another pull-up jumper.
That's a big-time shot right there. He's carrying them offensively.
Oh, has he made 4 in a row on that baseline,
Yes,
that little
has.
mid-range area?
Yep.
Extends Arlington's lead almost single-handedly to 18. That's a travel or a foul. Neither is called. Arlington will bring it up as play continues. Clardy, nice little entry pass. Dingman's going to say, why not for 3? Short, see if he can come down with his own rebound. He does. And Arlington can reset and wind some more clock. 3:10 remaining in the game. Let's see what we have. We have an injured player. Unfortunately, number 2, Olivier Labossiere.
I think he stepped on someone's ankle and twisted his. Stepped on someone's foot and twisted his ankle.
Arlington trainer Sam Jones will go over and take a look at him, or he'll come over to her to take a look at what appears to be a sprained ankle. 28 seconds on the shot clock for the Ponders. They lead it by 18, and barring something really unforeseen, they should come away with win number 9 on the season. Dingman, little pull-up jumper again, and he hits again.
Wow, that's tough. Because you're so used to playing against bigger people because he knows not to attack the 6'9" guy. He knows not to take the 26-footer. So he's bringing it into his comfort zone, and he's hitting these 9 to 12 footers, which are really, really tough distance to hit a fadeaway J from, but he's on it.
Josh Moran, number 15, in the Watertown line, ball knocked out of bounds by Caden Mills. It remained Watertown ball.
You really need to play your A game around Caden Mills because he's around. He's always going to be giving you 100%. He's going to go after everything. So you can't lackadaisically go after a basketball if Caden Mills is on the floor because he's going to get it.
2.5 minutes remaining. Arlington up by 20. Number 44, Drew Carmen, and number 20, Cam Levine check into the Spy Ponder lineup. Shot clock violation by Watertown, but Arlington got the rebound before the buzzer went off. So another great defensive spot there for the Ponders. They've been really good the last couple possessions of using a lot of clock and then having Watertown use a lot of clock, which is a great formula for victory.
Yeah, they run their offense, they run their sets, they take time off the clock.
Alexei Trapotsis, number 12, also into the Arlington lineup. The only two starters for the Ponders in there right now are Lincoln Fudge, number 21, and number 0. Clarity. Here's Clarity on the baseline drive. Carmen's going to take a long three and make it. Drew Carmen for 3.
Yeah, Carmen's got a nice release, big guy that can shoot.
Arlington continuing to stretch the lead. They lead it by 23 points. 55-32 Ponders with a minute and a half to go.
And it looks like Coach is going to bring in a couple more subs. I would think that Traposis and Fudge would come out. Both of them played excellent tonight.
I think Fudge and Clardy will come out.
Clardy, yeah.
Oh, put back there by the big fella as he throws it down with authority. William Cardy now in double figures with 10. Final minute to play. I think Coach Woods is going to call a timeout to get those players into the game. Let's see if they take the full timeout. Both teams are entitled to it.
That's impressive defensive rebound right there. I mean, offensive rebound.
I know one player that checked in was number 13, Thomas Rice, a junior. I didn't get the other number of the player who checked in. We'll get that for you when play resumes. So, you know, Tim, really an impressive second half here for Arlington, holding Watertown right now anyway to 5 fourth quarter points, 15 in the entire second half. Arlington outscoring Watertown right now 31-15 in this second half.
Yeah, their offense was excellent. Dingham and Fudge carried them on offense, but James Dingham with those little pull-up jumpers from 7, 8, 12 feet. That's such a tough shot, especially off a dribble. And he hit 4 or 5 of them in a row, and that really that's when they pulled away. And their defensive intensity in the second half was just off the charts. They played great defense in the second half.
Number 32, Nick Rudolph, the junior, replaces Lincoln Fudge for the Spy Ponders. Drew Carmen's going to take another 3. Why not? No. Rebound fought for. Levine comes up with the offensive rebound for the Ponders. Levine comes up with it for the Arlington. Carmen swings it over to Thomas Wright. Thomas Wright for 3, no. Rebound fought for. Good job there by Nick Rudolph to come up with the ball's on the ground. Ball's tied up. We'll have a held ball. And on the alternating possession arrow will favor Watertown. Watertown ball. 33.4 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. And I don't know if Watertown will just run this out or if they'll try to get a final shot off.
Just run through your offense. You don't want to just stand there. Yeah, there you go. Get it to the big fella. Nice pass.
Nice little cut there. And an offensive foul. Hey, let's give credit to number 20, Cam Levine. Got himself great defensive position and picks up the offensive foul. Great job, Cam.
Yeah, it's great to see guys like that work so hard in practice, play on the scout team, give a good look to the starters to get some run tonight. Really, really happy for him.
20 seconds to go. Arlington saying no shot, which is unfortunate for these role players who love to see them get a basket, but the gentleman and sportsman thing to do is just to run out the clock, and that's what the Spy Ponders are going to do. Levine dribbles out the final couple of seconds, and the Spy Ponders coast to the 55-34 win.
good all-around game by Arlington there. They played great defense, great team defense. They in transition, they were excellent on offense. Their stars came to play, their offensive stars. Look at Caden. Caden's got an ice pack on his face. The only time he'd miss some time is just to get patched up. And Dingman and Fudge just carried them offensively.
Let's round down tonight's scoring leaders. For Watertown, they got scoring from 4 players only, of course. Olivier Labossiere with 4, and Jeffrey Herbin, Sergey Gabayan, and William Cardi each had 10 for a total of 34. Ron McPhee did not play. For the Spy Ponders, Drew Carmen had 3. Caden Mills and Peter Clarity each had 2, as did Alexei Trapotsis had 2. Nico outscores his brother by 1. He had a 3-pointer, I believe, in the first half for Arlington, so he had 3 points. Lincoln Fudge with 14. And the high point man and the ACMi player of the game for the Spy Ponders, James Digman, with 29 points, leading the Spy Ponders to the victory.
Yeah, Dingman played good offensively, played very well defensively, had a bunch of rebounds. Caden Mills, you said maybe had, 2 or 3 points, but had a ton of rebounds, played great defense, really slowed them down, a bunch of steals as per usual. And the 14 points for Lincoln Fudge were all big buckets. They were buckets when they needed buckets. It wasn't garbage time or anything like that. It was when things were stagnant and they really needed to score. He scored a couple of really big buckets to get them back to where they needed to be when things were sort of slowing down for them.
A reminder that Arlington's next 3 games will all be here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium on Friday the 26th against Lexington, on Tuesday the 30th against crosstown rival Winchester, and then on Friday the 2nd, another crosstown rival Belmont. So it's going to be rivalry week for the next week and a half here for the Spy Ponders as they have this little 4-game homestand.
And all those teams are good, Don. I mean, they're playing the big boys of the league right there. All those teams are having good time right now.
No doubt. So we'll have a temporary pause here, and Tim and I will be back with the wrap-up show in just a couple of moments.
Hey, so I'm here with Nico Traposis. Had a great game tonight. Nico, do you ever think you'd be covering a 6'9" center?
I was honestly surprised when I first heard the news. Coach told us yesterday in practice that I was going to be guarding him, and I was surprised at first, definitely.
Yeah, but you were doing a great job. You were staying in front of him, using your physicality with them, and you did a great job with them. But it's probably the first time you covered a 6'9" guy, right?
Yeah. Definitely the first time I guarded someone that big.
Yeah, we always sing the praises of the athletic guys on the team. I know you had a great football season this year. You were a linebacker, correct?
I was safety.
Safety, okay. And so some of those skills you probably needed tonight to get the big guy off the boards and whatnot, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely need to be more physical than some of the other games.
Awesome, awesome. But you've had a great season. You have to have some piano movers and some piano players.
Yeah.
And I consider you a piano mover, and it's good to have on the team. So it's great compliment to the offensive guys with Dingman and Fudge to have you guys come out, play defense, do all the dirty work, cover the toughest kids on the other team. What do you like most about the season so far?
I mean, I just like I like the group a lot. I mean, we all really connected really well this season, and I think it's just gotten better and better so far.
And it's cool when you get 3 fouls, they bring your brother in.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been doing really well too. And so what's going on next year? Do you have any plans?
No, I mean, coming back here, we want to, whatever we do this year, we want to do better next year.
Awesome. And you'll play football again next year as well. Great. You guys had a great season, and obviously the basketball season's going really well, and continued success. And thanks so much for coming up tonight.
Yeah, of course.
And congratulations on doing a great job covering the 6'9" guy. Take care.
You too.
And we're back with Coach Woods. And, Coach, congratulations on a nice victory. It's always nice to beat Watertown. They've won a couple state championships over the years. Coach Harrington's been a 30-year fixture in the league. But you've had pretty good success against them the last few years, and good win tonight.
Yeah, you know you're going to get a challenge, on the court. It's something, they might play a little bit unconventional at times. They're not just going to say, that, let nature take its course. They're going to do some things. You saw we got off to a good start tonight, 10-0, and then they changed defenses a couple times and found something that, slowed us down for a significant period of time. And then, we made a couple adjustments, and the kids, stuck with what they were supposed to be doing, which they did in the first half too. Watertown just made a few defensive plays, and then, second half we played a lot cleaner game. It's hard to do against a team like that, when they're when they have athletes and they're changing things, but ball movement, trusting each other, I think, these guys have been working hard. They're pretty disciplined and they do the right thing. So, it's makes me look good as a coach.
Well, I think a key thing in the game was the run that you guys made at the end of the second quarter. As you mentioned, I think Arlington got the first 10 of the game, and then you were down 18-14, and then you made a nice little 7-0 run. Of course, it helped to hit a 3-point half-court buzzer beater that gets you into the half. I got to double-check my stats, but anyway, I think 21-18 at the half you were up, or no, 23-18, you're up 5 at the half instead of being down by 4. And you had gone a good stretch without scoring, but then you made that run, and then you took all that momentum into the locker room. That had to be huge, because then you really took that momentum from the half and then really beat them handily in the second half.
Yeah, they, in my opinion, had control of the game in the second quarter for the whole quarter. And then, that shot goes down. We missed 2 wide open ones that we created right before that. So, it's nice to be the beneficiary of a little luck. But, then we walk off the floor and we won that quarter.
You did.
And it was like, I looked up and I said, wait a sec, it was 10-6, and it was 23-19. I'm like, we won that quarter. At 23-18, we won that quarter. And, so I thought that was a little bit maybe of a confidence boost to the guys, because, we didn't have a great vibe. It's always nice to make a shot like that, but we just hadn't strung together a lot of good plays in the second quarter. And then to not, to still have the lead and build on the lead was a big thing. So.
I know it happened in a prior game. I'm not positive about the fourth quarter, but I think you did, because in an earlier game you outscored whoever it was each quarter, and I think you did that again tonight.
Yep.
So as we mentioned the last time we talked about it, you win every quarter. That's a good
hard game to lose.
That's a good formula for success.
Yeah, we have a good record when we win all 4 quarters. So it's
You're
nice.
undefeated in that way.
So
Let's talk about the schedule. The schedule makers were unkind to you at the beginning of the season, and now you have a little 4-game homestand. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think, everyone, seems to be more comfortable playing at home.
Sure.
We practice on these rims. We're in this gym 6 days a week, 4 days now with 2 games and all that stuff. But, I think, we've had the beneficiary of a couple nice Friday night crowds already this year. We get 2 Friday nights. We get, it's a good little crowd here tonight. I think we're building a little bit of momentum. There's a little bit of a buzz going on with the team this year. The guys are playing really confidently. They come in, they work hard. I have conversations with Coach Pal and Coach Matt Woods. It's a good group to work with. They're taking a lot of stuff. Maybe 3 weeks ago our offense probably wasn't as clean as we wanted it to. We spend a little bit of time with it. Those guys, those 2 coaches are very helpful with us in that. And then, now we come out on the floor and we have a little bit of a game plan, and coming out of this game tonight, we should have a lot of confidence in our zone offense because we had to run a lot of different versions of things tonight and against a team that's pretty good doing it. They were only giving up 45 points a game. So, we eclipsed that mark tonight, and that, we got 55 tonight. So, I think, things are good in a good spot for the Ponders, but it's high school basketball. So, one thing, once you start feeling one way, we made an appearance in the Boston Herald Top 25 this week, and I said to the kids, there's a lot of teams. I think there were 3 Middlesex League teams that got a peak early in the year that aren't there again. We're the only Middlesex League team there now, so let's try to hang in there. Let's try to, keep building on the stuff that we're doing. And I think, the kids are starting to believe in it, and good things are happening out on the floor.
I don't want to keep you too much longer, but I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the 29-point game of James Digman tonight. And I think we were talking off camera a little bit, you and Tim, about the majority of his shots, really that mid-range jump shot that he has. That's pretty impressive for a high school basketball player to have that kind of diversity in his game, if you will.
Yeah, he's got a great high release. He's probably 6'3", 6'4". He can definitely step out and make the three-pointer, but we do a lot of, beginning of practice shooting drills and stuff like that, and he works at that. Like we have like something where there's a, you got to make a certain amount of 1 dribble pull-ups, and he, within the last 2 weeks, Mike and I were watching him, and we're like, this kid is, starting to feel it, groove it a little bit. The ball's going right in the middle, and Lincoln, obviously being on the other wing is a big help.
Sure.
And they were, scrambling trying to find both of those guys, and it's but yeah, that's a definite. He made one in the second quarter, and we talked about that is a good shot, ripping it baseline. Don't go all the way. Some games early in the year we've been a little stubborn going to the basket and trying to make a big play at the rim. Well, tonight wasn't going to be an option with that big boy in there, and so a couple nice pull-ups, and that shows a lot of maturity and a lot of skill. And I thought that was. I couldn't draw that up any better. James really executed, and with the right mindset, really big bounce back game for him.
Well, congratulations on the win, Coach. We look forward to Friday night's game. With the win tonight, the Spy Ponders improved to 9-2 overall, 7-2 in the Middlesex League. Good for first place in the league right now. And our next home game will be Friday night when the Minutemen of Lexington High School come to the Kozlowski Gymnasium. Come on down and join us and support the team if you can. I'd like to thank Meredith Lamont on camera tonight. For my partner, Tim Hoffman, I'm Don Phelan. The final score here tonight, Arlington 55, Watertown 34. Thanks for joining us.